Starfield is on its way, one of the biggest games of 2023, and we finally have a release date for the game, and it will be releasing on September 6th of 2023. This game is going to be an Xbox exclusive, so it will only be releasing on the Xbox Series X and S consoles and PC, but it will also be available through Xbox Game Pass and the PC Game Pass, and you'll also of course be able to purchase it direct from the Xbox Store or from the PC Store if that's something you want to do. It will also be on Steam for those of you on PC as well. So unfortunately, this game won't be on PlayStation or the older Xbox console, since it really is going to be a new game. It's going to be a very powerful game, and obviously with the new deal with Microsoft and Bethesda, it's going to be an Xbox and PC exclusive. But either way, in this video we'll be going over the best things about Starfield and the best things arriving with the game. That means the best features and the general best things about Starfield. So let's waste no more time and let's get straight into the video. So one of the best things about Starfield is the setting of the game. The Starfield setting is one of Bethesda's most ambitious yet. Now while the studio is no stranger to building massive open-ended explorable worlds through the likes of Fallout 4 and the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, Starfield is set across the cosmos itself. The settled systems, as it's known in-game, is an area that extends outward from our solar system by approximately 50 light years. Now as for how much of this setting will be able to freely explore, Bethesda has confirmed that Starfield will have more than 100 systems and over 1,000 planets, which is absolutely mental. So there's going to be a massive map for us all to explore. This kind of reminds me of games like No Man's Sky, where you're in space and you're able to really explore loads and loads of different planets, and we'll be getting something with Starfield there. We'll be getting something even better than No Man's Sky, with more planets, more systems, and more places to explore. Something really cool, and yeah, there's going to be loads to explore, loads of places to see, and loads of hidden details. So hopefully it means that for years and years after the game's release, we'll still be finding hidden secrets within the game, due to the fact there are so many different planets to explore, and hopefully they'll all be a decent size too. So the next best thing about the game is the story. Now the core Starfield story is very much a closely guarded secret at the moment, although Bethesda has actually given out a few small details. We know that Starfield takes place in the year 2330, 20 years after two of the largest factions in the settled systems, the United Colonies and the Free Star Collective, engaged in a bloody colony war for territorial control. You'll assume the role of a member of Constellation, an organization of space explorers trying to navigate what remains of the aftermath of this. Where you go and who you choose to side with from there is really up to you. And additionally to that, Bethesda has confirmed that the Starfield main quests will be 20% bigger than Skyrim and Fallout. Now Skyrim and Fallout 4 already had massive stories, and some great stories as well, but we're going to be getting something bigger and better with Starfield. So yeah, the quests are going to be 20% bigger than both of those games, which is mental. Skyrim was a very long game. We're getting something longer with Starfield, and hopefully the story is also going to be great. Of course we don't know much, but we know that it does suit the setting very well, and hopefully the setting and the story will link together really nicely, and there'll be some great interactions there as well. So now let's talk about the gameplay, which is also another massive part and definitely one of the best things about the game. Now while the Starfield gameplay appears to be drawing heavily from other popular science fiction games like Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky, like we mentioned earlier, at its heart it is still a Bethesda RPG. If you've played any of the studio's Fallout or the Elder Scrolls games, you'll know what that means. Wide open spaces and settlements to explore, progression systems that reward you for investing time in the elements of the game that you really enjoy, and an overall structure that leverages choice and consequence. Starfield will also include gameplay elements that are new to Bethesda games, such as flying ships in outer space, as well as a more considered focus on resource management, crafting and base building, and real-time combat with firearms. Like Bethesda's previous RPGs, you'll be able to switch between a first and third person perspective at will. So the gameplay is hopefully going to be really great. Of course, it's a game releasing in 2023, and any game that releases in 2023 is hopefully going to have some big gameplay, especially when it's a game with a massive studio like Bethesda behind it, which had games like Skyrim, which released, well, over 10 years ago now, and still holds up to this day, and games like Fallout 4, which released in 2015, so a pretty old game, and still holds up really well, and is getting a next-gen update. So yeah, hopefully with the gameplay of Starfield, we'll be getting some really impressive stuff. So yeah, that's definitely something to look forward to, and definitely one of the best things about the game. Another great thing is Starfield's dialogue and persuasion system. Now Bethesda recently teased the Starfield dialogue and persuasion system, which will give you yet another way to shape this adventure into your own. While you can choose to run and gun your way through the game, you can invest enough XP into obtaining the Gift of Gab, with Starfield launching into a turn-based minigame as you try to persuade NPCs around to your position. It looks to have a lot in common with similar systems seen in older Bethesda games, like the very popular Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It has also been confirmed that Starfield has over 4 times as much dialogue as Skyrim, so taking the time to converse with NPCs will be a massive part of the experience. Of course, dialogue, you don't want too much, but at the same time, you want a lot for the story to really make sense and really feel like a proper story, and you'll definitely be getting that with Starfield. Of course, games like Skyrim already had a lot of dialogue, and we're getting even more with Starfield, which should make for a really compelling story. Definitely one of the best things about the game, and also, of course, that you can really shape the story to be your own with being able to persuade certain NPCs, something really cool there. So another one of the best things about the game is definitely the ship customization. One of the most exciting new features in Starfield is going to be the ability to clamber into a spaceship and, of course, explore outer space, and you'll be able to pilot your ship freely within systems and engage in ship-to-ship combat as well. These are two elements of the Starfield experience that Bethesda is keen to dial into. Starfield shipbuilding has been confirmed, giving you the capacity to modify every single aspect of your vessel. From what we've seen so far, it appears that ships are modular, allowing for you to modify all elements of their design, from the visual placement of the engines and cockpits to more considered choices such as how power splits between weapons, shields, and your light speed travel capabilities. Some really cool details there, and some great ship customization which we never really see in games before. Of course, we get games like Robocraft, where we're able to customize robots and mechanics. We've never really seen something like this. Of course, games like No Man's Sky as well, there was a bit of customization there, but it really has never been to this extent of detail. So that's something really nice and will definitely play a big part in the game. Something I'm really looking forward to, especially that ship-to-ship combat. I think that could be a great bit of gameplay. Of course, that links in with the gameplay being great about the game, since of course that's part of the gameplay, but that seems really great. The ships seem like a massive part, and of course it's going to be the main source of transportation when you're going between those thousands of planets. So yeah, definitely something to look forward to there, and definitely one of the best things about the game. So now let's move on to crafting and research. Now, Bethesda has confirmed that the Starfield crafting and research systems are a huge part of the game. Not only will you be able to unlock mods and gear for your Explorer, including the ability to improve your favourite weapons and your spacesuits, but you'll also be able to heavily invest in outpost expansions. At its most basic level, Starfield will allow you to run research projects to expand your crafting options, such as improvements to your jetpack or new mods to your pistol. If you want to dig deeper into this side of the game, you'll be able to utilise base building systems similar to those actually seen within Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 as well, to more effectively mine and gather resources. And not only that, you can even assign NPCs to work at these outposts to ensure your research projects are completed with maximum efficiency. A really cool part of the game, and crafting and research will definitely play a big part in unlocking certain gear and just researching certain items as well. Something really cool, and that does just about wrap up things here. Those are the best things about Starfield. This game is releasing within 2023 on the 6th of September, so just at the end of the summer. Definitely a game to look forward to, and definitely one of the biggest releases of the year. I'd love to hear down in the comments if you're going to get this game. Personally, I'm really looking forward to it and will definitely be getting it. So yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. On screen now, you're seeing a different video. If you're interested in watching that, then click the link on the screen and go ahead and join me over there.